Hello, YouTube family. My name is Cecil, and I'm here to welcome you to the very first episode of Your Greatest Asset. And here we're going to cover topics on your mind, your body, your soul, and finances. And I believe all four of these topics really tie into your greatest assets, which is you and your mindset. Um, my purpose in creating this channel was to create a space where like-minded individuals can come together, share your thoughts, your ideas in a judge-free zone. There's no, ask questions. There's no dumb answer, or there's no dumb questions to your answers. We're all here to learn and grow, and there's no judgment. My first episode, I wanted to just give a little bit about me and a little bit of my mindset. So I'm 36 years old. I'm from San Diego, California, out here at the park right now. It's a beautiful day. But we grew up poor. I am the oldest of three younger sisters, and I do have an older brother and an older sister. They have different dads. They have a different dad than me, so we didn't grow up with them. They grew up in Denver. And my mom was a single parent for the most part. My dad went to prison when I was 5-6 years old. And I'll never forget, some of never forget that moment. It's just how you see on the movies. There was a glass partition in the middle of us, and we were on the phone. We're on the phone, talking through the glass. And I remember I was standing back, and my mom was up there with my two younger sisters. At the time, they were probably like 1 and 2, or 1.5, 3. And the middle sister, she just wasn't having it. Like, she was pretty upset that she couldn't, hold our dad and be like, she just didn't understand what was going on. And I remember her just throwing a big fit, temper tantrum. So while my mom was calming them down, which is understandable, like, it's traumatic, looking back on it. I remember sitting down on the stainless steel stool, picking up the phone and just looking at my dad in the eyes, and him basically telling me, son, dad did something bad, and I am going away for a while. I need you to be the man of the house, take care of your sisters, and look after your mom for me. Can you do that? And I just said, okay. And that's really, I'm sure he said some more stuff, but that's really all I took from it. And I took that responsibility seriously. And looking back on it, it really shaped who I am today, and it really shaped my aspirations and always wanting to help other people and be of service to my mom, which is also part of my problem. I learned at a very young age to be a people pleaser. My mom, she did remarry, and he was a dirtbag. He basically physically abused me often. I can sit here and say every day, but let's just say for memory's sake, I was in fear every day. I could say that. But it was multiple times a week. I was in fear of doing something wrong every day. And it was a very abusive beating. It wasn't anything, it wasn't a swift correction. Let's just say that. But moving fast forward a little bit, it just slowly caused me, at a young age, and this is just my belief, I felt like God, maybe at like 7 or 8 years old, put it on my heart that I was going to be successful, take care of the family, and be the first millionaire in our lineage. And that's just my belief. You don't have to believe in God. Not going to bang it into you or anything, but that's just my belief. Get your own set. And I really, when I started telling that to people, they just thought I was crazy. And I'm here to tell you today, if you ever felt like that as a child, you're not crazy. And the enemy will do everything he can to make sure that those things that were spoken into your life, whether it be by your inner self, your power, God, what have you, that those things don't come to fruition. Because, you know, with my stepdad being like how he was, I just slowly lost and gave up on my dream. You know, when I was 16, he gambled away all of our money. We lost our house, cars. We were basically homeless, and we had to start over. You know, I had to go to school. I was in school. I remember my senior year, I dropped out so that I can help my mom get, so I can help my mom pay bills, so I can help my mom keep a roof over our head, and my sisters wouldn't be affected. So I kind of took the brunt of that. You know, although I didn't like school, you know, I have learning disabilities, you know, clinically, so not self-diagnosing here at all. So I have ADHD and other, you know, slight dyslexia and what have you. And I just started losing hope. You know, I was in the working force now, 16, 17 years old, and just lost hope. Everything got dark. Everything got dark. I was depressed, lonely, empty. I was drinking, smoking, doing drugs. Oh man, anything just to not feel, anything to just not remember the callings that God had placed on my life, not to remember the greatness that was inside of myself, not knowing that that's what I was doing then, but it was just easier to be drunk. And when I say I used to drink a lot, I used to drink a lot. You know, on a work night, I would drink, I don't know, easy 4, 5 stiff drinks before I went to work. 1 to 2, or 1 bottle of wine if I had to go to work. 2 to 3 bottles of wine if I didn't. But you know, I'm happy to say and report now that is not the case. I've been delivered in that area, so you know, thank you, Lord. But yeah, that's basically it. And at 27, I just started to realize that my decisions that I currently making, I was looking ahead at my parents, and you know, not to talk bad about my parents, but we all have choices, and I was seeing where their choices were leading them, and I got scared because I see myself going down the same path. I see myself doing the same habits as them, and I was going nowhere quick, and I realized I needed to make a change. I needed to grow up, and I started seeking guidance. And thankfully I was able to start turning my life around. And that's one of the main reasons why I want to start this channel, so that I can help anybody who is struggling, to let them know that you're not alone. You're loved, you're worthy, and there's someone rooting for you. Even if the people who are closest to you, and trust me, some of the people that are closest to you are not gonna like your growth journey, but if there is something inside of you that tells you there's more to you, listen to it. Start doing something every day. It's not about perfection. It's not about being perfect. It's about being excellent. It's about being 1% better, which we can all do. We can all do 1% better than we did yesterday. And then if we do that for a whole year, 365% better in 1 year, which we all can do. And I had some things I wanted to share. So the way we choose to live or view our lives are self-created. No one is forcing us to think a certain way about ourselves but us. And I say this because, you know, going back to my childhood, I could easily say that, you know, I could have stayed where I was and continued drinking, and I did that. I used my past as a reason to drink, to run away and not fix my problems, because it was a lot easier in hindsight, it was a lot harder to run away from your problems. It's a lot easier to face them and get through things and grow from the things, and not use these things as an excuse anymore. How we experience our lives daily has little to do with other people, but mostly what is happening on the inside. So again, I could blame my stepdad and my mom for picking my stepdad, or my mom for picking him and making us homeless and this and that, as to why I can't do better in life or why I'm at a certain place in my life. But the coolest part about that is no one's forcing me to think that way. I can change that. I can redirect that. I can create a new narrative. I can, replace or self-edit that thought into something new. And that's what I've been trying to do. I used to be very negative, and recently, in the last year or so, I've had people tell me I'm too positive, which I just find hilarious, to be too positive. And I thank them. That just means that they're probably broken on the inside, which is okay. We're here to grow. Let's unbreak our pieces and glue them back together. And in fact, let's just make a whole brand new casing for ourselves, and this is why sometimes things, themes, patterns keep happening, toxic patterns, is when we refuse to grow and really see ourselves from the inside. Things still come up, you keep going, you hear that saying, keep going around the same mountain over and over and over and over. You get a new job, but the same things keep happening. You go to a party, but you always are the one who gets, people are so mean to you and this and that, and you're the victim in every situation. Or I don't know, you move to a new place and you still can't make friends because these people are mean, or that, whatever the case have you. I'm just trying to give examples off the top of my head, but insert whatever your thing is there. And we keep going through those same problems because it's basically our soul, it's our subconscious just begging us, encouraging us to break free of what we thought we knew and to move into a new. But yeah, so happiness is something that we become and transform into. It's a right to everybody, but it's not given to everybody. It's something that I personally have to actively work on every day. It's a choice to be happy. You can have the worst circumstances going on, things are going on, today, things are going on in my life. But you know what? I made a commitment to make this video. Not just for myself, but for others. Who knows who I can touch, and that's just my goal, to touch somebody's life, and help them along their journey if I can. Basically the goal here is to transform and heal from the inside out. There's no shortage of perspectives and mindsets that we can go through and obtain from other people. Here again, I want to just create some place that we can all come together, grow as a family, and be our best version of ourselves, and encompass our greatest assets, which is us. And if you found any value to this video, please share, and subscribe. If you made it this far, I love you. Thank you so much for watching my story. And I look forward to interacting with each and every one of you down in the comments. And I look forward to going on this growth journey with you guys. And I hope you come along with me. Love you guys.